In this podcast episode, Joe Rogan welcomes Shawn Ryan, a former military operative and podcaster, to discuss a wide range of topics, including UFOs and government secrecy, health and food safety, political manipulation, the decline of American manufacturing, border security, the impact of artificial intelligence, and the potential of psychedelics for mental health. Their conversation delves into the complexities of modern society, media distrust, and the importance of open dialogue in navigating these pressing issues. The conversation begins with the topic of UFOs and the government's handling of related information. They discuss the skepticism surrounding UFO claims, with Rogan expressing a cautious stance on believing in such phenomena. Ryan shares a personal anecdote about a girlfriend who worked in government and had her computer shut down after searching for little green men, which led them to ponder the compartmentalization of information within government agencies. They note that different factions within the military and government often do not communicate, leading to a lack of cohesive understanding about significant issues. The conversation shifts to health, particularly the dangers of food additives and the influence of corporations on public health. Ryan emphasizes the importance of understanding what goes into our bodies, citing examples of harmful ingredients that are banned in other countries but allowed in the U.S. They discuss the implications of fluoride in water and the potential negative effects on IQ, as well as the need for transparency in food safety. Rogan mentions the Yuka app, which helps consumers identify harmful additives in food products, highlighting the necessity for informed choices in nutrition. Ryan and Rogan explore the manipulation of political narratives and the role of media in shaping public perception. They discuss the organized nature of political rallies, particularly those of Kamala Harris, where attendees were reportedly bussed in from other states. This leads to a broader discussion about the authenticity of political events and the potential for media to create a facade of support for certain candidates. They express concern over the lack of genuine engagement from the public and the implications of such orchestrated events on democracy. The podcast also touches on the decline of American manufacturing and the consequences of outsourcing production to other countries. Ryan laments the loss of jobs and the impact on communities, referencing Michael Moore's documentary, Roger and Me, which illustrates the devastation in Flint, Michigan, after the automotive industry left. They discuss the potential for revitalizing American manufacturing, emphasizing the need for a concerted effort to bring jobs back to the U.S. and the importance of ethical production practices. Ryan shares insights into the current state of border security and the potential threats posed by individuals crossing into the U.S. He expresses concern over the lack of tracking for those entering the country, particularly in light of the Taliban's resurgence in Afghanistan and the implications for national security. They discuss the ease with which individuals can enter the U.S. and the potential for terrorist organizations to exploit this situation. Ryan highlights the need for a more robust immigration process that ensures safety while allowing for legitimate immigration. The conversation turns to the impact of artificial intelligence on the job market. Ryan and Rogan speculate about the future of work in an increasingly automated world, with Ryan expressing optimism that AI could be harnessed to improve American manufacturing. However, they acknowledge the challenges posed by AI and robotics, particularly for manual labor jobs. They discuss the potential for AI to revolutionize industries while also recognizing the need for human oversight and ethical considerations in its implementation. Ryan introduces the concept of BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, as a counter to NATO and a coalition of countries seeking to challenge U.S. dominance in global economics. He expresses concern over the implications of this alliance for the U.S. dollar and the potential shift in global power dynamics. The discussion highlights the need for awareness of international relations and the importance of understanding how these developments could affect American interests. The podcast continues with a discussion on media censorship and the challenges faced by individuals expressing dissenting opinions. Ryan and Rogan reflect on their experiences with social media platforms and the pressures to conform to certain narratives. They emphasize the importance of free speech and the need for open dialogue, particularly in a time when misinformation and manipulation are prevalent. They express hope for platforms that allow for diverse perspectives and the potential for a more informed public discourse. Ryan goes on to share his evolving views on the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Initially, he felt anger and frustration when people criticized these conflicts, leading him to leave the country to escape the discourse. However, upon reflection and through discussions with former colleagues, he has come to believe that the U.S. should not have been involved in Iraq, a sentiment echoed by many veterans. He delves into the military-industrial complex, expressing a deep distrust in government narratives and policies, particularly those surrounding the wars. Ryan highlights the controversial role of figures like Dick Cheney, who, as CEO of Halliburton, profited from no-bid contracts during the Iraq War, illustrating the intertwining of politics and profit in military engagements. The conversation shifts to the current state of media, with Ryan noting a significant decline in public trust. He argues that the rise of independent media and social platforms has allowed alternative voices to flourish, often outpacing traditional outlets like CNN and Fox News. This shift has led to a more skeptical public, questioning the narratives presented by mainstream media. Ryan emphasizes that the polished presentation of news anchors often feels disconnected from reality, leading to a growing disillusionment among viewers. He believes that the internet has changed the landscape of information dissemination, making it harder for propaganda to take hold. Ryan and Rogan discuss the political landscape, particularly the influence of money in politics. They explore how wealthy individuals and corporations contribute significantly to political campaigns, often skewing the system in favor of the left. Ryan points out that while individual donations to the right may be substantial, the overall financial backing for left-leaning initiatives is far greater. This disparity raises questions about the motivations behind such contributions and the potential for manipulation of public opinion. Ryan shares his personal journey with psychedelics, particularly his experience with ibogaine, which he credits with helping him overcome addiction and mental health struggles. He recounts how a friend, a former military operative, underwent ibogaine treatment and experienced profound changes in his life, including improved mental clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. Ryan emphasizes the need for greater access to such treatments, especially for veterans dealing with PTSD and other mental health issues. He criticizes the pharmaceutical industry for its reluctance to embrace these alternative therapies, suggesting that the potential benefits of psychedelics far outweigh the risks. The conversation delves into the nature of reality and human connection, with Ryan discussing the idea that humans may have lost touch with their innate abilities to connect and communicate. He references the concept of remote viewing and the possibility that humans possess untapped potential for intuition and telepathy. He suggests that modern technology, while beneficial in many ways, has also contributed to a decline in these natural abilities, leading to a more disconnected society. As the discussion progresses, Ryan expresses concern about the future of society, particularly the increasing polarization and tribalism in politics. He notes that the lines are being drawn between red and blue states, with extreme laws being enacted that further divide the populace. He believes that this division could lead to a form of civil unrest or conflict as people become more entrenched in their beliefs. He advocates for a return to civil discourse, where individuals can engage in meaningful conversations without the baggage of political labels. Ryan reflects on his journey into podcasting, which began as a way to document the experiences of veterans and share their stories. He emphasizes the importance of creating a platform where people can express their thoughts and experiences authentically. Ryan's podcast has evolved into a space for open dialogue, allowing guests to share their insights without the constraints of traditional media. He believes that this format fosters a deeper understanding of complex issues and encourages listeners to think critically about the information presented to them.